Good morning, everybody. Howdy. It's Professor Suresh. Happy to be back once again for my first video in May 2020 and eighth one by self. Considering the 7 videos already published last month, which is April 2020. Today, I'll be covering a interesting topic for all and vital for growth of a nation. That is innovation. How many of you can admit that you have been innovative in some way or other in your life so far? How many of you have applied for patents? Very few. Innovation is a new idea, creative thoughts, and new imaginations in form of device or method. Innovation is often viewed as the application of better solutions that meet new requirements, unarticulated needs, or existing market needs. Wikipedia definition. I like Wikipedia. Innovation often manifests itself via the engineering process when the problem being solved is a technical or scientific nature. Opposite of innovation is exnovation. Creativity is a production of newness, and innovation is the consumption of newness by the society. Ned Herman defines creativity as creativity involves both generating an idea and manifesting it, making something happen as a result. Edward Johnstein defines creativity as creativity is playing with imagination and possibilities, leading to a new and meaningful connections and outcomes while interacting with ideas, people, and environment. Creativity is basically starting from scratch. Invention is the outcome of innovation. It's a new device, process, or concept developed from study or experimentation. All of you know that necessity is the mother of invention. Change is the only constant in real life. Changes are a consequence of innovations, so do not resist the changes if it is going to be for good. Classic examples, which are very relevant today, necessitated to mitigate the spread of pandemic novel COVID-19 is all of us are forced to wear masks, wash or clean our hands thoroughly with liquid soap or hand sanitizer as per the protocol, maintenance of social distancing, medical professionals dealing with infected patients wear face shields, personal protective equipment, shortly PPE, footwear cover, besides the face masks and gloves, development of vaccine to prevent the spread of virus, rapid test kits, etc. All human beings learn through trial and error process only. It's real life experimentation. Innovators need to apply lateral, also known as divergent thinking skill. Convergent thinking is an effort to screen, select, or choose the most important or promising possibilities, closing in on one or a few items. Lateral thinking is closely related to creativity but not the same. Creativity is often only the description of a result, whereas lateral thinking is a description of a process. Liberation from old ideas and stimulation of new ones are twin aspects of lateral thinking. Vertical thinking is a conventional or traditional type of thinking. Excuse me. For example, mathematics. In vertical thinking, one moves forward by sequential steps, each of which must be justified. In lateral thinking, one uses information for its own sake, but for its effect. Hence, one may have to be wrong at some stage in order to achieve a correct solution. For example, fuzzy logic, truth tables, like that. In lateral thinking, one may deliberately seek out irrelevant information, whereas in vertical thinking, one selects not only what is irrelevant, selects out only what is relevant. Okay. Lateral and vertical thinking are complementary. Lateral thinking is generative. Vertical thinking is selective. None of us can be called creators. God, also known as superpower, is the one and only creator. None of us are omniscient or know all. If somebody says that I know everything, then it's an absolute white lie. All engineers need to be innovative, which the essence of engineering is. As you are aware, everything exists in nature. We learn from nature and apply it a different way. Classic examples are airplanes. We learnt it from birds, swimming, learnt from fish, radio, learnt from echo, wheel, learnt from Earth's configuration, camera, learnt from the eyes. As a matter of fact, human body is such a wonderful machine or product, and it's never possible to invent any other product compatible, exactly alike, not the clones, on a one-to-one basis. Anything that one aspires to learn exists within our body. Functioning of the brain is replicated as neural networks in computers, sensing of sound by the eardrums in the ears, speakers, nervous systems that controls different parts of our body, heart and lungs made out of muscles, the most reliable pumps that exist on earth even now. Chemical process of converting food as energy, kidneys purifying the blood, nostrils for the smell sense, skin for the touch sense, eyes for vision, redundancy by provision of two kidneys, lungs, one will do. Blood circulation to maintain the body temperature, water content of around 67% in our body, which is utilized for scanning our body through excitation of these water molecules. Mechanisms like walking, which involves links, joints, rotation of the head, arms, hip, torso, elbow, wrist, knuckles, etc., utilized in robotics, material handling systems. So many of our organs are functioning continuously without any break till the soul departs the body, or we go into a vegetative state called coma or brain dead, and they may live like that on life support systems using ventilators connected to oxygen cylinders. Luckily, skull does not have links, joints, fulcrum like the other bones. Think of the possibility of skull arthritis. So basically an engineer or scientist with a thorough understanding or knowledge of the human body will be the best engineer or scientist on earth forever. Real life applications are multidisciplinary and not pure. Bionics is biologically inspired engineering is the application of biological methods and systems found in nature to the study and design of engineering systems and modern technology. This word bionic was coined by Jack W. Steele in August 1958, being formed as a portmanteau from biology and electronics. The term biomimetic is preferred where the reference is made to chemical reactions. Wikipedia definition. I am using a lot of Wikipedia references. By this time, all of you will concur with me. Okay, brainstorming technique is a wonderful tool for divergent thinking. It's actually like a divergent convergent nozzle. First, let all the ideas that one can think of, listed, then put them in a funnel, then filter them and arrive at one solution which is the best overall, considering all the consequences. A leading management novice guru in India, Shiv Khera, says, innovation is not doing different things, but doing things differently. He has written a lot of books. Okay, you can check. This quote is from one of his books. Inventions are intellectual property protected by patents issued by the government under intellectual property rights, shortly IPR legislation. Patent is a grant in the form of an authorized document issued by the government given to an inventor, a group of inventors, or the applicant for disclosing an invention. This gives exclusive right to the recipient or recipients to prevent others from selling, manufacturing, and using the invention disclosed in the patent registered in that particular country which issued the patent. The right is valid for a particular period of time. In India, it is 20 years as of now. That is known as the term of the patent. On expiry of this term, it becomes public property. Patent will be granted provided it's altruistically an invention is novel and original. As I told you, the term is 20 years from the date of filing of the patent application, irrespective of whether it is filed with a provisional or complete specification. According to Section 2J of Indian Patents Act 1970, an invention means a new product or process involving an inventive step and capable of industrial application. Besides, geographical indexation or indication tags, shortly GI tags, are issued for novel products. Examples: Kanjivaram silk sarees in India, Tirupati Laddu, Sri Villiputtur Palgova, Koilpatti Karlai Mithai, etc. Nowadays, technology has evolved to such an extent that makes us claim that we are living in the space age. Our past president, a world-renowned scientist, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's vision was that India will be a superpower by 2020. That means a great nation compared to the other countries in the world. It is 2020 now, but are we close to achieving the dream? What's the main advantage for India? Abundant population of more than 1.3 billion, which works out to approximately 20% of the world population. Are we comparable to China for the developments? Even though population-wise we are even with China, we are lagging behind by about 3 decades compared to developed nations of the world. Human resource is the best of all resources, and if we nurture the innovative talent of the youngsters, certainly we realize this dream and will be number one nation. Indians are very innovative when they migrate, called as brain drain, to developed nations, mainly because of provision of requisite facilities, infrastructure, willingness to give them a free hand, that is not much of interference from the bureaucrats. Don't put the restrictions on the abstract reasoning skills of the youngsters. Give them the liberty to choose a profession or career. Of course, elders, especially their parents, should give them the guidance as deemed necessary. Develop them as socially responsive citizens and exercise limited control, monitoring their social networking, whether they are using the technology, internet, media, mobile phone, etc. productively. I am forced to mention these since a lot of youngsters choose the wrong path because of readily available enticing distractions, which becomes an addiction like dependence on narcotics, hard drinks, undesirable interactions with the opposite gender, sometimes getting infected with STDs like AIDS, losing morality, becoming insane, and whatnot. Developments are good, but people should have the maturity to use them effectively, productively. Most of the World Wide Web, shortly WWW, is dark web, also called as dark net, opposite of clear net, or is also known as overlay networks, which is part of the deep web, where all kinds of information are readily available for sale, including how to make bombs, missiles, child pornography, criminal acts like murdering, torture, hacking techniques, indulging in cybercrime, biological warfare, etc. Payment is normally through unaccounted virtual currency like Bitcoin, Libra, etc. Hacking may be ethical or unethical. Ethical hacking is required to plug the loopholes in the system, especially computerized system. People without a strong willpower will fail miserably as a result of all these. One should never give a firearm to a person who doesn't exercise proper control in proper usage of the firearm, else they may harm even innocents for no fault of theirs. Examples: terrorism, mass shootings, killings that have happened in so many nations around the world. Don't live in your own paradox of happiness. Even companies, institutes practice so-called social responsibility. CSR, corporate social responsibility. ISR, institute social responsibility. Individuals also should have individual social responsibility similar to the CSR, ISR. It's also another ISR, but it's individuals. I have an appeal to our youngsters to be united, focused, determined to succeed. Apply your innovative skills in whatever way you can to make India's number one nation on planet Earth. Thereby all citizens will also benefit in the long run. Reverse brain drain will happen real soon. I talked about brain drain, people migrating to developed nations. Okay, so this reverse brain drain will happen real soon, attributed to COVID-19, which can be considered a positive effect for India, besides enhancement of export markets, business, outsourcing, etc. So there is something good in the bad also. Okay, nothing is 100% bad. Okay, rest in peace and harmony. Be safe.